Good morning to all, and I welcome everybody today. The second day of Socks and Knocks program, which is been held on virtual platform. The second day of today. Before proceeding further with the panel discussion to discuss on the roadmap, the mission roadmap of 2022, whether we are all ready to implementing the new norms in the environment area of power plants. I would briefly take through to the day today, which we will be discussing about installations and challenges of the environment norms implementing FGD and ESPs in various plants. Then we will be discussing about retrofitting area post lunch, and then we have the power producers' view in complying the new norms. Then we would move on to the Environment Excellence Awards 2020 virtually this year. I welcome Anup Bhargavaji, who is already with me, and try to see where are the other speakers here. I'm bringing Pankaj Kumar Gupta ji on stage. I think he joined via some other link. Pankaj ji, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible, sir.
Good morning. So accordingly, if you see, NIT for already rest of that 4,000 megawatt already we have done, and it is expected we will award by December. So that means 100% plant we have done work for the award, up to award. Now question is that for implementation. So we made plan for implementation so that it can be completed by December 2022. However, as you everybody knows, because of the some problems like COVID and the land water sharing country, so then that's why this problem is coming. So now work has stopped from 8 to 9 months. Is not no work has been done, and again as due to foreign supply some problem came. So definitely around 12 to 18 months it will be delayed for some projects. For some projects we will meet in 2020. This is about the FGD. Now come to NOx also. NOx, what we have done, we have already tried to comply our plant, all plants for 450 milligram per NMQ, which are installed after 2004, 1st January 2004. That is first. So accordingly, we have given all award, completed all award work for the combustion modification, and we have already awarded. And I am pleased to inform you that we have already completed 5 unit combustion modification. That is the second one. So that means by 2022 we get the and one combustion modification normally done, it required around 60 days shutdown time. So we are planning this work to complete in major overhaul, so that separate shutdown should not be required. That is our view. So overall also suffered because of the COVID. So otherwise we have planned to complete by December 22. Maybe it may shift for, but mostly we will try to complete by December 22. That is with respect to NOx. And as you know, ESP. So mostly ESP around 58,000 we are meeting, and work is going on 6,380 which are under R&M, which is also expected mostly by December 22. Maybe some plant 3-4 units maybe go beyond the December 20. So this is overall our NTPC plan for with respect to FGD implementation, NOx implementation, and SPM implementation. And with respect to FCR, this is under sub judice, so I will not comment on this. After getting guidelines on that, then we will take action accordingly. Okay? Or thank you. I think.
I'll request Ms. Ramakrishnan Gadreji.
Yeah, regarding the status of implementation, we have 3 plants where we need to implement SO2, and we have awarded all the plants. One plant is in quite construction mode. Another plant of 4,000 megawatt was ordered in July 2020, and another 450 megawatt captive cum plant was ordered in September end, you can say start of October. So ordering is over. Naturally, they are not going to meet. The first plant may be able to meet 1 unit before December 2022. But because of this COVID, earlier it was supposed to meet that target. But now because of COVID, the 6-7 months delay may spill over December 2022 beyond that. So that depends on now how much catch-up plans our contractor is able to do. But other 2 plants are not going to meet the target because we got regulatory clearance for that 4,000 megawatt also in July. We were ready or bidding and everything. We were waiting for CRC clearance. As soon as we got CRC clearance, the same months we ordered that FGD. Similarly to this captive clum IPP plant also, we got end September regulatory clearance and immediately we ordered it. Another plant which we have taken over along with other partners, that is PPGCL Prayagraj. So that is a stress asset project, and for which I think Supreme Court and Ministry of Power is also asking for extension. Of course, but for that also we have started bidding process and received the bid. Technical evaluation is over, and now it is under commercial discussion. But there also State Regulatory Board has not yet accepted change of law provision. So once they need to accept change of law provision, and then in principle approval also need to be there. So before all that regulatory process over, before that we will be ready for order. So as soon as regulatory clearance is available, we'll order that plant also. Regarding NOx, because of this uncertainty, we had floated the inquiry long back. We were ready with everything. But in between, when this 450 thing started coming 1 year back, no bidder was ready to give for 300. So then we had to float again for an optional for only 450. And now we are ready to order with everything. But our petition is with CRC for 2 plants, and where we need to do this. The CRC petition last 2 months, there is no hearing on our this one. So as soon as that hearing gets over and they give the order, we can go out to implementation. But that also, because one plant is 5 units of 800 megawatt and another, and because NOx requires a quite long shutdown of 30-40 days. So that has to be clubbed with annual maintenance. So I don't think it will be possible even to implement by December 2022, NOx at least. That's the status for. And that Prayagraj thing which we have taken over now 450, because that is the much latest plant. 2 units will be meeting 450. 1 unit is commissioned after January 2017. So SCR will be required. And for that retrofitting, that will be a big task. We have started the process, but it's going to take time.
Thank you, Ramakrishnan ji. I think the thermal power plants would be happy with the new norm which has come to restrict NOx at 450. Now I have Mr. Sunil Chauhan, the Director Sales from GE. GE is the company who has been awarded the most of the contracts. I'll request Mr. Chauhan to share his opinions.
Yeah, thanks, and good morning to everyone. And sorry, there was some issue in my network, but I'm now back. So as you rightly said, we are executing most of the contracts for FGD and DNOx awarded so far in India. We are executing roughly 15 gigawatt NOx DNOx projects and 13 gigawatt SOx projects in India. But the deadline 2022 seems to be difficult, even if everyone start ordering in next year Q1 and Q2. Even then it will not be possible to comply all the plants. And now after this change in NOx limits from 300 to 450, so many of the plants will be out. I mean, they will be complying, particularly those units who are using either blended coal with Indonesian coal or imported coal. So they will meet definitely less than 450. So number of units which are required to be implemented for DNOx system combustion modifications will be reduced now. But even then, because the implementation will need 35 to 45 days of outage. So everybody would like to club that with their capital overhaul. So all the units cannot be given for capital overhaul before 2022. So these are the reasons I don't see whether that every unit will be complied by 2022.
Now, since there is a very clear prediction that 2022 is also not going to be possible, and with this kind of scenario, is there a action plan by government or somebody? Mr. Kamoitra was supposed to be here. He would have given a little better insights, but I don't know. He's not joined us this morning. So, Pankajji, what is your opinion? Say, what should be the new deadline, or what should be the new date which government should finalize to implementation?
So definitely, as you well said, my point, the first point is because of the COVID, everybody knows there are the loss of time around. And still, we are at 100% of efficiency, which we are getting manpower earlier. And as of now, also, there are many issues with respect to international flight, inspection, manufacturing. So from COVID, definitely, but there is one issue. So it is required that authorities should give the general extension for timeline, maybe 12 months or 18 months. That is my view. And second point comes that issue comes regarding import. As everybody knows, in the FGD, wet limestone FGD, NTPC doing 80% make in India and 20% is the import. And out of 20%, around 16% from the land border sharing country. Now, question comes: there are many government circular came that restricts from import from the land border sharing country. So now we are trying to find out the alternate source. So definitely it will delay. In future we are trying that there should not be any import from land border sharing country if they are not registered. As government of India says, after registration only it is allowed. So there are two type of item. One type of item is where Indian vendor are developing, but there are not sufficient to meet the requirement for supplying the equipment of the FGD. Second type is that is mandatory because there is no vendor in we are doing policy advocacy to now divide this two and try to reduce the uh, import from land water sharing countries by in phase manner and try to become Atmanirbhar, because we have to become Atmanirbhar. But in FGD case, problem is that most of the equipment requirement will go after 1 2 years when this will be implemented. So maybe only this requirement may be one time. So even in India, when manufacturer will develop their capacity, if this is only one time requirement, then it will not sustainable. However, if some equipment which is required mandatory steps again and again, then we have to develop and that requirement, because many equipment, rotating equipment, uh, comes in the FGD again and mandatory steps. So manufacturing should be developed in India. So we are suggesting that that manufacturing capability should be developed in India so that we become Atmanirbhar, make in India, and self-dependent in future. Because this in future we will require many things. That is my point. We required that yesterday there are fund problem. So fund problem maybe I'm thinking many people are facing because of the approval, in principle approval from the regulatory authority like CRC, SERC. If they give in principle approval, then maybe bank will give the loan. So we are not facing NTPC, not facing much problem, and we have already filed petitions to CRC, and many it is in under approval. So we are not much facing, but this is my request that this fund problem can be resolved. Second, we are also advocating that whatever the coal cess which we are giving, so if we can provide from that, so we have raised that question, but we told that it will not be already transferred to the state government. So money which is already collected from the coal cess cannot be given for this implementation of the ECS. And second thing, time which people have not is serious. So in my opinion, time extension should not be given to them, but seriousness also to be seen whether people will only passing the time or they are serious to implement. If serious implemented should given the some advantage, maybe like first run or some incentive, so they can. Many other issues raised yesterday also. CRC issued the amendment in the tariff, but many things are not covered. Like in combustion modification, if you see the heat, because heat loss due to unburned carbon is not covered. So if we are people who is doing, then they will getting lost on account of the combustion unburned carbon loss. So that's not given by the CRC. Like DSI, or daily power consumption was not defined. So if anybody is implementing DSI, then they will be in a disadvantage. Third problem is then they have given some normative reagent consumption with respect to limestone or this DSI solvent injection. There we are finding problem that part load, because many units are running at the part load, and at part load what is happening, the consumption will be high because part load efficiency is low. So what happens, flow will be more, gas flow will be more, and the ECS system will see the gas flow. So that's why the reagent consumption will be more. So compensation at part load also for reagent consumption to be given. And like SCR, SNCR, many things like heat rate and water consumption are not considered. So we will take up again.
I agree, Mr. Gupta, with your point, but I have another point to be considered, Mr. Bhargava and Mr. Sunil, if I can ask you.
Sure.
The norms which were supposed to be implemented, I think I was probably following these from 2013 or 2015 it was done. So 7 years down the line, long time has passed.
Yeah.
The action from the power plants should have been taken when the norm had come at that particular time.
Yeah.
The power plants took it very easy. I'm openly, saying, because this is what the observation which I have gained over the years. Chalta hai attitude was there, and probably nobody was too serious to implement the norms when the norms actually came, and they took a lot of time. I saw the plans to go little serious only after about 2017 or 18, when the government clearly said that it is not going to be further extended and it has to be implemented by 2022. This is the first deadline which was crossed by the plants. So, and the ministry also said that the power plants who are not compliant will be strictly penalized. That is where the seriousness came. Why the thermal power plants were not serious in the first point when the norms were came through? Can you throw
Yes.
little light on that?
Yes, definitely. We already had 7 years from 2015 when the announcement was done on 7th December. There was no seriousness in the industry to form it because they said कि चलता है बाद में change हो जाएंगे, so things will change. But now we have come to a stage in which the government should say that we are going to buy power or allow power to be transmitted when it is clean. So if the power plants are not compliant, then after 22 we will give the preference to those plants who are emission compliance. This is one way of looking at it. Second way of looking at it is, unless we have so far not given any EPC contract, we don't have a definite design and financial parameters to be given to the statutory bodies for clearance. So that also they need 3 to 6 months, but it is not done yet. So we are blaming for that. Third point was about the financing, which Mr. Pankaj has very clearly said about that the financing should be faster in clearancing from the statutory bodies, and the coal cess and other things should not be diverted somewhere else, but it should be utilized by financing the additional tariff going to be. But there are a lot of things which are interrelated, but the industry has to be very serious about it, because we are passing through a very big energy transition. There's no point continuing with pollutant plant when we are going to be 175 gigawatt of renewable energy going to be added in next 5 years. So we have wind, which is now taking a new shape. We have solar, we have battery, we have hydrogen. Lot of energy transition is happening. So a lot of stress will be given and should be given to cleaner plants to transmit the electricity. We will not going to buy power from the non-polluting plants. Now, looking at the timeline, 2022 will not be reached, that's for sure. But let's make a revised timeline on 2024 and say, okay, this is a revised phasing. And I mean, we require 50 units from next year onwards to be online, or maybe 30 units in the first year. And that's how Mr. Pankaj's point was also valid, that we don't have enough manufacturing capability. But if you see, the parts are not many like a traditional power station. We are talking about FGD. So we are talking about some very specialized motors and materials, and for the chimney lining. These have to be made in India as soon as possible. The industry impetus will only come when the utilities start ordering to EPCs. Then there is an impetus. So everybody has done the feasibility study, but I could see that only 140 plants units out of 448 has been awarded the contract. And now after contract, we have to be serious about submitting and getting the clearance. So the whole thing has been delayed. But still, I believe in India, we have utilities which are very, very experienced. If we have the government says that we are not going to buy power, maybe not 2022, maybe 23, from the older power plants or not clean power plants. This is what we need in India right now. Thank you.
I think Mr. Sunil heard what I said. I would like him to throw some lights on this.
No, Ashwini, at that time I was not able to hear. So can you
Okay.
repeat? And
Uh,
in between I was disconnected.
I know. I saw you losing the connection. Um, I said when the power plants were given 7 years of time to implement the norm, which was started in 2015. If the power plants have taken a sleepy look and they did not implement it that of right time, giving XYZ reasons, will that is will be not be able to achieve the target by 2022 also. So why the power plant took so much of time?
Yeah, so you know the reality. So except NTPC, DVC, and UPRVRL, there is no big utility which has come forward to start the implementation.
But these plants also started giving the bids only last few years, last 2 or 3 years only.
Yeah, yeah,
2018 is what we saw NTPC started giving the interest of EOIs, floating EOIs and all. But
yeah.
why the power plants took time from 2015 to 2018-19?
No, I think we should not blame only the utilities, because there is enforcing agency also.
Okay.
So if enforcing agency is active and they start enforcing all the utilities, then the scenario would be different. So like now, after this NOx limit from 300 to 450, so the implementation for NOx at least is very easy and a proven technology, cost effective technology. There is no operating cost involved, so one time investment only. So even if today utility companies start implementing it, even then they will not be able to implement pan India in all the plants by 2022.
Okay. Mr. Bhargav
But
also.
now the bigger role will be from the enforcing agencies. They have to enforce it.
Hmm.
I
Agree.
wanted to add,
Uh,
Mr. Asad, I wanted to add,
Yes.
you told about the NTPC. We have started day one. From the day one, we have taken action. The norm came in 7th December 2015. So immediately we have started to find out the which technology and what are the type of technology available. And immediately NTPC has sent their team in March 2016 and started a study. And then we have also, because this norm has to be implemented 2 years, so we have advocated that 2 years is not sufficient time. And then its phasing plan was made, and 2017 phasing plan was completed. It was told that now this will be implemented from 2020 up to 2022. And each plan date given by the CPCB in December 2017. So based on that, we are floating the tenders, and immediately when we came to know in NCR region, the timeline given for the 2019, immediately we have given award for all NCR units in 2017 itself. 2018, and then major award we have given because our we want to be in India also, so we wanted to develop our Indian manufacturers and EPC vendors. So, and we have put conditions that Indian vendor, EPC vendor should, who has having the collaboration with the foreign, because technology was not available in India. So we have told that you have to tie up the technology and put one condition that from whom you are tying up the technology, you have to transfer the technology also, because we want it. So the condition we have put, and then we have made a feasibility study, then detailed engineering, and then we have floated our tender in 2017 itself. But because of the Indian vendor was not prepared, and we have made this NIT on the domestic competition basis, not ICB basis, for many units. For some unit, we have put ICB initially, then we have made TCB. So from 2017, we have put all NIT for 30,000 megawatt. But it took award time and preparation time. Then we have awarded from 2018. So we have not a one day we have selected. We have done all the exercise, and for NTPC, it is quite huge quantum for the unit, like 60,000 or 65,000 is quite big quantum. From day one, we have done.
Agree. Now, since the new norm for NOx has rolled in, I have seen many NOx suppliers or the technology suppliers who have come and invested in India and opened their shops, thinking that most of the thermal power plants will have to compile with 300 mg. Now, since it has gone to 450, and most of the plants may not be required to go with it, will there not be a little demotivating factors that they might have to find different options? या उनको दुकान बंद करनी पड़ेगी?
उनने दुकान पहले ही बंद कर दी है.
That is probably a year back.
Yes.
Yeah, so definitely, now the three limits are there: 100 milligram, 450 milligram, and 600 milligram. So with these three limits, at least SNCR requirement is almost vanished. So there will not be any requirement for SNCR.
Right.
So 450 and 600 milligram can be achieved easily with combustion modification only. And 100 milligram, of course, for 100 milligram SCR will be required. So for SNCR, there is no market now.
That's why SNCR people have stopped their market 1 year back. They were not giving the quote or anything last 1 year.
Yeah.
And we can see that even MOEF took 1 year to come out this notification. Last 1 year, this case was in Supreme Court. Every time we are hearing that this notification is coming, this notification is coming. It took 1 year to come out. I don't know. I would like to comment earlier. This whole thing has not been done with proper planning. If somebody would have been ready on the 2015, the notification came, they would not have complied with by 2017. We know that FGD required minimum 24 to 27 months to comply. So very first day it was there, everybody would have been defaulted, even if everybody would have been ordered on the day of notification. So we have not planned properly as a country. We have not seen that how much 170,000 megawatt, how many vendors are required. Do we have the capability? Is this schedule, if we implement together, is going to bunch up everything? And because of that, unnecessary, everybody will be paying for higher price. We have not done any planning on that account. Simply, we have come out notification, 2 years you have to implement it. As I yesterday also said, none of the country, even smallest country, has implemented these norms in 2 years. I have attended workshop in one of the Western European big utility. He has made this. I'm going to see how India is going to implement this in 2 years. We took 8 years to implement, while our requirement was much smaller. So this apprehension was there on the very first day. Very first day, there was a conflict between MOEF and MOP. MOP was saying very first day that this is not possible. What you are talking of 2 years is not going to happen. So this is going to fail. What you are saying, utility was not serious. That is maybe correct. Not everybody is not. Like NTPC has done much work without waiting for CRC approval and all those things. Like your private utility has to do that. But they have gone ahead. They have floated every inquiry. As Mr. Gupta said, very first day they started. But still, they cannot comply because that duration is required. You have to study. You have to see what is correct for your plant. You have to float the inquiry. You have to public tender. All those things takes time. Even tendering itself takes 1.5 year time. It is not going to happen just. I'm not going to buy a motor. Just I give the tender, take the motor, and put it there. It's a system. You require everything, where you are going to store it, from where you are going to bring it, which limestone you are going to get it. So all these studies need to be done. So agreed, utility were not serious as usual. Everywhere we were not serious, but they were serious. We, as a Tata Power, we have put our petition in 2015 itself. CRC took 2 years to give the decision on petition. So how private utility is going to implement it?
Agree. I totally agree with you. There was a lot of blame game between both the ministries in the starting. The implementing agencies, CEA and CPCB, were not clear about what to be done, though they were knowing. Today also, they don't have any rights over it, or they don't want to come to public forums and speak about these norms, and that is the reason why I have not seen the authorities here yesterday and today. This was also clear when we organized the first program in 2015. We waited for a year and watched the entire scenario, and then we gathered people. We also were clear that yes, it is not going to happen. We learned during the Corona times also that we were not capable of masks. We were not capable. We were not producing PPE kits at all in India. But the situation came, and now we are exporting PPE kits. But the manufacturing capacities can be held or be increased. We have indigenous organizations like BHEL, EIL, GE Power has hold on FGD, and the manufacturing capacities can be increased. But for that, they need orders. If I have 500 billion order with me, I could definitely increase my capabilities of manufacturing, or increase to produce the parts. But the orders also has to come. And as Mr. Ramakrishnan also clearly said that orders can only come in when there are clearances.
True.
So coming back to let's not blame the people, or blame a power plant, or blame a technology, or blame anyone, or try to throw monkeys from our shoulder to somebody else. Rather, we talk about a feasible plan. Say, jo ho gaya wo ho gaya. But let's try to think that the entire country has to implement it. Then what should be the exact timeline? I am still not okay with you, Mr. Bhargava. You said 2024. I'm not still happy with 2024 also.
Okay. See, we have to make an effort together. Mm-hmm. Utility needs to order equipments, and you should also understand that a lot of trained experts are available in US and Europe, because they are already in the energy transition where they're not going to use coal. Correct? World Bank is not going to fund, Japanese are not going to fund coal-based power plants. So all these experts are available at a reasonable price. So if you want to speed up, then you have to involve these people who have run those power plants, who have implemented these. So those engineers and specialists should be involved in to expedite these things, because instead of we taking a decision of, say, 1 year or 2 years or 1 year to do it, but when experts are involved as owners, engineers, or advisors, or all these experts can actually know exactly what material is used, what is the limestone quality which needs to give, how much is the sulfur efficiency we need to do for the removal process. They know where to source equipments. Alternatively, if we have restricting or non-use of some equipments of a particular country or region. So all these experts have done it before many times. So once we involve these experts or engineers into the system, then these are all site-specific things. As rightly said by everybody, all the panelists have said, it's a specialized work. GS said it, Mr. Ramakrishna, Mr. Pankaj, everybody has said, it's a specialized work. It needs time, but you can expedite it. But now we have to also see which power plants are more than 20 years old, which we are going to retrofit, because you're not going to get, by the time you implement, they're already 25 years old. And do you need to do it? Because you're not going to get the benefits financially for that. So some power plant needs can be shorted out that, okay, these plants are not going to run for next 10 years or 5 years. So combination of that, and we as an industry body, we all should work together and see how we can expedite the clearance process from the government.
I would recommend the government after the program to form a committee,
Please.
including having some experts from international, having some technology experts, and having some down the ground utilities area, the experts from the environment area, to form a group together to sit and discuss, saying these are the issues and this is how the issues can be resolved, so that a proper plan can be formulated, and then this plan can be executed.
Definitely, including the financing, everything should be like, we're talking about single window clearance, so we should have standards and norm. But here, plants are not designed exactly same, and it depends on the byproduct, it depends on disposal, it depends on availability of limestone, its quality. So a lot of factors are there which needs to be, and that's why the authorities take time. You have rightly said, the users, the designers, some international experts put together, and then we can see what's a reasonable time we should do it. There's no point rushing for it, but we need to do it because we already spent 7 years. So we should plan now for at least 1 or 2 months and say how we are going to do in next 4 years. And that's why I said 2024. Let's plan it by December. Let's do the brainstorming. Now everybody is used to working on e-platform, so there is no problem about it. We are not used to it earlier.
I probably think we should, tell Niti Aayog also to, as a think tank, they also should, take the initiative to form this committee. Before I raise the questions from the audience, if anybody has, this is an open discussion, so any participants sitting in the audience can raise their hands for questions. What do you say, Mr. Sunil? Should we approach to Niti Aayog with a strong commitment to form the committee and proceed further? Mr. Gupta, you could also share your opinions on this.
Yeah, Ashwini. So there are various issues. Like Mr. Gadre said that their petition is lying with CERC for more than two months now. So there should be a mechanism where quick approval from CERC should be there, and funding also will be an issue for all the IPPs. So from where they have to fund it, because it's very cost intensive investment. So these are the areas where some government body or some committee should be formed, and they should resolve all these issues.
Agree.
Okay. I think, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So my point is, now whatever the issues which we are listening, it's coming from day one, and many issues are now it has been cleared that funding, that coal cess cannot be there. So now I think everybody knows that what are the issues and what are the solutions. So at this moment, as you told, the now also available, like in FGD Lot 6, around 15 Indian vendor purchase our bid, and there are only 4 projects. So now many vendors are learning, and as I told, and NTPC started awarding from 2017. So that first time we have given BHEL and many G, MHPS. So everybody also knows the field work also that what problem they are facing. So now, as you told that you required foreign expert, because in all these Indian vendors, they have collaborated with the technology partner, and then they have also, as I told that there are conditions for transferring the technology. So they are also learning stage 50, maybe 50% completed. And they also see on the field work what problems are coming. So my point is 90% of issue resolution, and what is the point, everything with regard to FGD I am telling has been resolved. Combustion modification, already everybody knows what to be done and how to be done. So now like G has 2 boilers or 3 boilers in NTPC. They know what problems comes, so they are also get experience. BHL also done 2 boilers combustion modifications, so they know in the short time and shutdown time how to manage, so they know about it. And similarly for FGD, like 8 vendors are working, and DSI also, one vendor completed, Melco has completed 4 unit commissioned, so they know the issues. So now they are got also experience. That is my point number one. So technology wise, we are very clear which technology and what problems and what Indian vendors they know very well. Combustion modification, everything in. Now from the this regulatory side, we are aware that what relaxation we will get, we will not get. This is also very clear with respect to fund issue or CRC issue, or all the issues are now clear. Now, if you problem is in FGD, around 30 months is required for commissioning of FGD. So that means if somebody is telling 23 or 24, whatever it is, so now the order is required in this 1 year. Otherwise, again, we will not able to meet. So if extending deadline, it will not never it will be completed. So like I am telling, who is seriously taking and doing the work? Otherwise, some issue will come. So we have to see how to implement, not to avoid the implementation. Otherwise, there are many. You will get the example. No, this is the problem, or that is not the problem. As you told, Mr. Asan Kumar told very clearly. So you will got hundreds of excuses if you don't want it to do, and if you want it to do, you can do. So as per our NTPC experience, yes, challenges are there, but we can do. So as NTPC had done, 60,530 megawatt awarded, and we have already 5 unit commissioned. So we are dead sure if not much restriction is put and not COVID-like situation which is unforeseen, so it can be done. But like this force measure, we cannot have many in our control. So my view is now utilities should be serious and they should implement, and wherever the problems, definitely everybody now problem is in country, everybody understands the FGD, whether it is regulatory or whether it is a common man or utility or authorities or regulatory, even Supreme Court and advocate, everybody learn. I'm trying to tell him from 5 years what is the FGD. So everybody knows that. So my point is now we have to go forward and implement and give the India to clean atmosphere. And one more thing I want to tell, if you calculate, because SO2 emission calculation is very easy. So if you say average and then you will calculate, you can see 6 million tons per year SO2, and day by day when we are implementing more, so that means the CO2, SO2 emission will be more and more. So 6 million tons. Now China, if you see the NASA website, then you will find that we have surpassed. Earlier China was having the 20 million ton per year, and then they came to 5,000. And earlier we are India having the around 2,000, and we are increasing curve now 6 million ton. Now from 2 million ton to 6 million ton we are doing, and we are always saying our coal is having low sulfur, but our coal calorific value is also low. So that means in absolute term, we are emitting more. So now it is time we have to take some action and implement the FGD. This is my
Agree. Pankaj, it was rightly said that we should not think about surpassing the deadlines, but sticking to the deadlines. The next 1 year would be very serious for the industry. This 1 year would show the indications, the progressiveness of implementation of the norms in future. Yes, Mr. Bhargav, you were saying something.
Yeah, my point was, Mr. Pankaj is right from the NTPC perspective, but if you see, there are 300 more units which needs to be done, and they are not convinced about the whole process. Otherwise, they would have taken this step much further. Second thing is, really, we don't have experience of handling SOx and NOx by optimizing the power plant. We can do it, but how do you optimize the power plant together with flexible operations, together with water usage, together with the heat rate, auxiliary power. So all these things are combined together. When I say some specialists which are free in Europe and America, is because they have optimized these power plants. There are some power plants which are already running at 15 to 20% part load without using oil. It doesn't mean that drastically they are reducing the heat rate. Of course, they are coming out from ultra supercritical or supercritical to the normal temperature range, but it doesn't go. So whole idea of specialists is to optimize your power plant to get to more efficient power plant. Like, so there are some tenders in AP Genco, AP DCL, which calls for international expert to tune the power plants to flexible operation. So all these things, when we do it, when we have a shutdown, when we do it, when we have time, so all these things which are in different phases, recommendation come from CA last year, has to be implemented once for all. We don't have time once we do it. So that was my point in saying that let's take these experts, because in India, if you see when BHEL started making boiler first time in 1969, first boiler, then it took 15 years to stabilize on Indian coal. So now we will have some data coming up on SOx and NOx and its effect on auxiliary power consumption, on other parameters or in the power plant. So it will take some time. So if you have some experts which already know it, they have the data, what happens when, it will be helpful. And that's my point. NTPC is the premier utility. They have much larger technical bandwidth and maybe Tata's, but the other utility definitely needs help. And not only the utility, but there will be some chemical industries like steel, fertilizer. They also need help, even though they may have different kinds of boiler which may not need SOx, but still they need help. That's my point. Thank you.
Right. We would send our recommendations on the overall learnings for last 2 days during the program, and let the government think what they have to do with the recommendation which we passed. Now, further seeing that I don't have any questions from the audience or anybody has raised hands to ask any question, we will probably move on to the next session. Taking a break from here, we have a very interesting networking launch with virtual tables and chairs, and I will recommend everybody to utilize the opportunity to meet in the pandemic times virtually. I thank everyone. I also thank our sponsors who have supported us for this initiative to bring everybody together. NVIA, NTPC, and Promucon together have supported the program in this time to get people together and meet each other. We will join back at 11:40 from now. And I thank all the expert panels to be with me. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.